Good day, viewers. Today we're going to discuss on linking verbs versus auxiliary verbs, functions and difference. So in this video, we're going to look at the definition of linking verbs, definition of auxiliary verbs. All right, what are their functions? What are their differences? Now, the idea behind this video is that we're going to see that both linking verbs and auxiliary verbs are the same. They differ in their functions. All right, the way we use them differs. All right, so now let's have the definition. Linking verbs. Linking verbs, just as the name implies, all right, they try to connect. All right, they try to do what? They try to connect the subject of a sentence to what? A subject complement. All right, that can be a noun, pronoun, or adjective. So these linking verbs, they do not show action. All right, they do not show action, they do not perform the action, but rather they link or equate the subject to the complement. That's just their function. They do not show the actual action. All right, they do not help in showing the action, but rather they act in what? Linking to show the state of being. All right, we'll find out about more when we come to examples. Now, functions. They connect the subject to a subject complement. They show a state of being or condition. So you see, in the functions, there's no specification that states they show the action. They only connect the noun, all right, to of a subject to what? A subject complement, and they only state or show a state of being or condition. Examples of linking verbs. All right, now, she is a student. She is a student. So here is a what? Linking verb. Is a linking verb. So here it doesn't state any form of action, all right, or performing any form of action. It only connects what? Subject with a what? Subject complement. She is a student, showing what? A state of being. Is just linking. It performs the act of linkage, all right, to show a link, connectivity between she and being a what? Student. She is a student. So this is connecting this with this. Another example, we have good friends. We have good friends. All right, have is also connecting what? We with what? Good friends. We have good friends. Have is what? An auxiliary verb, but here performing the function of linking verb, only connecting the subject with subject complement. Another example, he has a strong work ethic. He has a strong work ethic. Also here showing possession, all right, he has a strong work ethic. It only serves as what? Linkage, connectivity, all right, showing what? Relationship between he and work ethic, all right, strong work ethic. Who has strong work ethic? He does. So has here only performs the function of connecting the subject with the subject complement. Let's have more examples. I am a teacher. All right, I am a teacher. So me being a teacher, this am also isn't showing any form of action, but rather state of being. My being a teacher, or me being a teacher, state of being or condition. He is an experienced musician. He is an experienced musician. All right, all right, he is an experienced musician. So here also is performing the act of showing state of being or condition, only connecting this subject he with subject complement experienced musician. They are good athletes. They are good athletes, all right? Sports, that's athletes, all right? So you see, they are good athletes. Here isn't showing any form of action, but rather connecting they and good athletes, which happens to be what? The state of condition or state of being, all right? The movie has a captivating plot. The movie has a captivating plot. Also here has performs the act of connecting the movie with captivating plot. All right. She is a talented artist. She is a talented artist. Here we can decide to substitute she with Mary or Mariam or Hafsat, all right, or Janet. Is a talented artist. All right, so you see this also performing the act of what? Connecting she or Mary or Janet or Mariam is a talented artist, connecting the subject with what? The subject complement. The book was a bestseller. The book was a bestseller. All right, so you see also here was a state of being or condition of what? The book being what? Bestseller, right? Showing the condition of what? The book being what? Bestseller or state of being, whichever way. So these examples showcase the act of having these verbs, auxiliary verbs, performing or serving the function of linking verbs. All right, so we're going to see same examples here, having the action or performing the function of what? Auxiliary verbs. Another example, which happens to be the last example on this category of linking verbs, is the company has a strong reputation. The company has a strong reputation. Also here has, all right, performs the act of showing the state of being or condition of what? The company, all right, having what? A strong reputation. So you see, it doesn't show the act of having this has performed the action itself or carrying the action, but showing the state of being or condition. Now, auxiliary verbs. From the name auxiliary verbs, we'll come to know that auxiliary verbs are considered to be also known as what? Helping verbs. All right, this similar word auxiliary, when we look to the medical cadre, all right, when you go to hospitals or clinics, you find nurses there. The nurse, there are some certain nurses that are called or referred to as auxiliary nurses, all right, which means what? They are not fully qualified nurses, but rather they are helping nurses. They help other nurses into performing the functions of the nurse, maybe nurses in training or something of that nature. All right, so same thing is happening here. Auxiliary verbs, helping verbs, they work alongside the main verb, all right, to convey various meanings such as what? Tense, time frame, mood, all right, voice or aspect, etc. They don't have a standalone meaning but assist the main verb. All the auxiliary verbs we are going to see, when you take them individually, they cannot possess a meaning themselves, but rather what? They help the main verb into conveying a meaning. To say the main verb, they will help it to show whether that verb will be in the present tense, past tense, or future tense. Let's see the functions. Now, they indicate tense, past, present, or future. They show the aspect of an action, continuous or perfect. They express mood, the ability, necessity, or permission. This is the mood, all right? Finally, we have the form, questions, and negatives, all right? Or negatives. negatives or negatives. They form questions or negatives or negatives. Examples of auxiliary verbs. I am reading a book. Now, remember in linking verbs we have similar examples of this, that I'm a teacher, showing that I being a teacher, all right? But here I am alongside the main verb reading a book, all right? State of being alongside the main verb reading. I am reading. I am performing the action of reading a book. A present continuous tense. All right. They show also tense. Another example. They have completed their homework. All right. Have completed. That means what? Have performs what? The present perfect tense, meaning the action that has just been completed or that has just been concluded. All right. They have completed their homework. So you see, this is helping the verb, main verb completed, showing that it is a present perfect tense. She will visit us tomorrow. All right, she will visit us tomorrow. So now, see, will visit. This visit is the main verb. But since we're talking about auxiliaries, that's why I have the emphasis here on the auxiliary verbs. So will, it shows that this visit, it helps it in to portraying the meaning of futurity, something that will happen in the future, something that is yet to happen but will happen in the future. All right, foreseen future. She will visit us tomorrow. Will, future tense. See, auxiliary verb, main verb, auxiliary verb, main verb, auxiliary verb, main verb, and goes on like that. You should finish your assignment. You should finish your assignment. You should finish your assignment. Here, expressing what? Should, expressing what? Advice, which is also what? Mood. All right, mood. You should finish your assignment. So see, should, expressing advice, finish your assignment. Also, this helping this into showing that what kind of a verb are we trying to portray. All right, so should here is helping this verb into portraying the meaning intended. Have they been waiting long? Have they been waiting long? See, being and waiting. All right, present perfect continuous tense. All right, present perfect continuous tense. Have they been waiting long? All right, see, this being also in a company of the main verb waiting. So that's how the auxiliary verb works. He was playing football when it started raining. He was playing football when it started raining. So you see, past continuous tense. He was playing football. A verb showing that something that has happened in the past but continues to happen to particular point in time in the past. That is why it is past continuous tense. We'll understand more on tenses when we come to discuss on tenses in the future videos to come. Now, differences. Action versus connection. So linking verbs connect to the subject, they connect subject to a subject complement. All right, linking verbs connect the subject to a subject complement, indicating a state of being. The work of linking verbs, they do not show the action itself, but they just perform the action of connecting this with this, ensuring a state of being. Auxiliary verbs, on the other hand, they perform, all right, in assisting the main verb. All right, they work hand in hand with the main verb in expressing what? Tense, mood, aspect, etc. Showing what? Action or helping to convey a meaning. All right, they do not stand alone. So you can see that linking verbs, they stand alone. They are alone. They are not in the company of what? main verb, whereas auxiliary verbs, they do not stand alone, but they work hand in hand with the main verb to show whether that verb is in the present, past tense, or future tense, or they show mood or aspect. Stand alone versus supporting. So you see what I've just finished expressing. Linking verbs can stand alone in a sentence, whereas auxiliary verbs always have a company of a main verb to provide additional information. Finally, we have function in the sentence. So linking verbs play a crucial role in linking the subject to its complement, whereas auxiliary verbs play a supportive role in conveying additional information about the action. I hope you have learned a lot in this video, a short video on linking verbs versus auxiliary verbs. Do not forget to subscribe into our channel, and if you have any question, comment, or observation, do write it in the comment section. Thank you very much. Goodbye.